Do you live near sensitive waterways? Do you maybe live in a state that restricts chemicals, certain chemicals that go down the drain? Maybe you live in a certain HOA. Well, guess what? The new Rinseless Wash from Bioworx, okay, is as close to a 100% biodegradable, bio-certified car wash that you are going to find on the market today. So let's just get to the review. All right, guys. So as I just mentioned, this is a new rinseless wash from Bioworx. Now, I do have a review on their APC and their normal car wash soap from last summer. I'll have that linked at the end, and I kind of go into some of the bio-certified program and everything like that, because this is actually a certified USDA bio-based certified product, okay? Now, what that means, in fact, with the car wash industry, is that better than 78% of the chemicals used in the production of this or in the ingredients list has to be bio-based, plant-based, okay? And this comes in at like 92%. Now, that doesn't mean it's 92% water and 8% chemical. What that means is you exclude the water, and then the remaining chemical in here, okay, has to be better than 78%. Now, this one comes in at 92%, all right? So better than 9 parts out of 10 chemical in this is bio-based, and it's certified by independent lab testing. Now, when I did the original Bioworx video, a lot of you guys made comments on there about, oh, this product or whatever is biodegradable, this product is biodegradable. Guess what? Unless it's been tested, independently certified, that means absolutely nothing, okay? Absolutely nothing. Because honestly, nuclear waste is biodegradable. It might take tens of thousands of years, but eventually nuclear waste will become safe for the environment. It's a simple fact, okay? So when I hear somebody say that something's biodegradable, guess what? It gets taken with a grain of salt, okay? This, on the other hand, is certified by an independent laboratory to be 92%, all right, bio-based. So having said that, let me show you what we're working with. Let me show you the state of the car behind me, and then all the different products that we're going to use today. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to basically wash these 2 doors, and I'm going to explain to you how this is going to work. I'll show you the different process and then the dry off and everything. But as you can see, this has a ton of salt on it. It is absolutely crazy. It's hammered, okay? And I'm going to do this a little bit differently today because... And in fact, it's 32 degrees outside right now. It warmed up enough, and it's actually like with the sun hitting this, it actually feels pretty good outside. But what I want to show you is, and we're going to do this the right way. I'm not going to do some stupid thing where I'm going to like try and scrub off the salt on here. So the first thing that we're going to do, all right, you either go in at it with something like this with Preludio alkaline to help break down some of this stuff, or in the case of Bioworx, they actually have an APC. Okay, this is 96% bio-based certified. And then what they do is there's instructions on here, mixing instructions right here on this side. I believe on their website they say 15-to-1 for heavy duty stuff for outside on your car. But anyway, I mixed it 32-to-1 in this IK sprayer. So we're gonna do that. And we're gonna start breaking down some of this stuff. And then I'm gonna show you the rinseless wash because we wanna do it the right way. All right, so you could see, now that you've seen just how hammered the vehicle is, what we're going to do this the right way. And when I say the right way, okay, we're going to either use, and what you want to use is some type of pre-soak. In the case of rinseless, you would use Preludio alkaline to help start breaking down a lot of that traffic film, because this is not only salt on here, this is from city driving, okay? So this has diesel in there. There's diesel. There's the diesel exhaust. There's car exhaust. There's antifreeze. There's gasoline. There's all the stuff that was in city driving on the highways, on the roads, that also got mixed in, ground in. This has some of the oils from the asphalt. All that stuff is mixed in with this. And honestly, I've stained 6 of my sponges over the course of the last month and a half, and I really don't feel like staining anymore. So we're going to do this the right way. So you could either use that Preludio, or in the case of Bioworx, they actually have an APC, which is 96% bio-based. Now, what I did is I mixed this up 32-to-1, All right, so in an IK sprayer, so we'll be doing that. There's the IK sprayer. And then we're going to use the rinseless. Now this rinseless is super concentrated, okay? It's up to 512 to 1. Now what I do is I've tested it at 256 to 1. I've tested it at 384 to 1, which is 1 ounce per 3 gallons, or 1 ounce per 2 gallon, and 1 ounce per 3 gallons, and even the 512 to 1, which is 1 ounce per 4 gallons. And honestly, at 1 ounce per 2 gallons, this stuff is absolutely super slick, and I love it, so that's what I'm going to use today. The smell is great. It's got a blueberry scent to it. One of the best smelling scents that I've smelled in a rinseless wash. If you're a fan of scents and like blueberries, this is the go-to product for you. And then, but anyway, I've tested it basically with the 3 different dilutions that they give you, and let me explain a little bit too. And then, the other thing is they actually have a detail spray. Now, what I found though is that in the cold, this detail spray really doesn't work all that much because it's plant derived. And when I talked to the owner of the company, he said, hey, in the cold, it's going to affect some of that plant-based stuff. But I'm going to test it anyway on this today because it's nice and warm on the panel. So in any event, let me kind of show you the other stuff we're working with. All right, so we have our bucket, just a Rip Clean bucket. And what I found over time, because this will foam a lot, okay, that's the one downside of this product. They can't add a bunch of defoamer because that's added chemicals. This will foam a lot. In fact, let me kind of show you, just literally from me dunking. All right, you can see the foam that's building up. Okay, so it does foam a lot. So what I found is that it's best to use, now this is 256 to 1. If you mix it at 1 to 512 or 1 ounce per 4 gallons, it foams a lot less than this. But I found that the slickness is not to my liking with the 1 to 512, so 1 to 256. And then so I've also settled on the preferred method of just using microfiber. Because with the microfiber, you are keeping the amount of suds completely down. And then on the roof, and I'll be doing this off camera, but I have my mitt on a stick. And then in my wash keg, 1 to 256, I have about a gallon in there. And then we're going to be drying using some of the Diva drying towels. These are available at House of Rags, code TOD10, saves you 10%. There's a link below. I don't have a discount code right now for the Bioworx products. I will, if I do get one before the video is published, it'll be shown in the video, and I'll have it linked below. But as of right now, there's no discounts, and you can only order from Bioworx. So in any event, let's get going and let's get washing. Let's clean his car. All right, guys, as I mentioned, we could be using the Preludio from Labo Cosmetica. In fact, this stuff is absolutely fantastic. If you live in a climate where your car, the lower half there, gets dirty, absolutely look at investing into some of this. This is available from Labo Cosmetica, Autoality, or the House of Rags. And I have a discount code for the House of Rags again. So anyway, but today we're going to be using, like I mentioned, the Bioworx, the APC there. Okay, and so I just mixed it 1 to 32, like I mentioned, the IK sprayer. So all I'm going to do is spray really along the doors, okay, the bottom half, or the bottom 2/3, I should say, where all that stuff is kicked up from driving. So I'm just going to do that. We're going to do a pre-treat. All right, and then we'll do the pre-treat on the front. Now, this is the normal IK Multi Pro 2 sprayer. This, you could put it in a foamer because this will foam. In fact, it foams really good, to be honest with you. It foams fantastic. And it would have a longer dwell time. Now, you could see the steam coming off of this because it's literally hot from the sun. This is not because it's hot outside. This is just hot because of the sun. But we're letting this break down all that stuff. And in fact, I might have to just do another quick wet down a spray just to make sure that it has adequate dwell time. Now that we've sprayed this, I'm gonna let it dwell as long as possible until it starts drying off. And once it starts drying off, then I'm gonna want to pre-spray with my rinseless. I wanna try and rinse some of this off of here if I can, because there was definitely grit in there, the grit with the salt. I want to rinse that off if I can. And I want to rinse a lot of that road grime off that's been broken down, and then we'll get to the actual wash. All right, it's only been a minute or so, and actually I had to, you can see it, it's already starting to dry. It's drying really quick because of the sun. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the, we're gonna do the pre-spray. In fact, I gotta turn on my keg. And in fact, you could see, okay, like I mentioned, at 1 to 512, this does foam. Okay, or at 1 to 256, I'm sorry, it does foam. And you can even see it foaming out of the keg, even though this is a non-foaming sprayer. Now, the other thing you could see is the difference of where I sprayed with that APC and where I just sprayed with the rinseless. There's a distinctive line there, which tells me that, you know, that APC was doing its job. So let's get to the actual testing, and I will show you just how this works. In fact, this is drying really quick. And in fact, winter in the sun is just like in the summer. You want to work quickly, maybe panel by panel. So anyway, and I'm going to show you now with the sponge, the suds are in the bucket, but if I just go across, all right, you can see just how many suds, or how easily it suds on the car itself. Now the one thing, and I'm going to show you this also in a minute, if I rinse this really quick, in fact part of my sponge just came apart in the bucket, but at 1 to 256, this is absolutely super slick on the surface. All right, and what's nice, when I did the pre-spray though, all of that stuff, there was no grabbiness to the sponge because all that stuff had been kind of dissolved away. And it's the same with the Preludeo. If you use Preludeo on the thing, you will normally not feel a difference in grabbiness from where it's cleaner and the bottom where there's all that, or where there was all that road grime. It's going to feel the same across the bottom or from top to bottom versus if you don't use that pre-spray. So in any event, let me show you just how that's looking, or how that works with the towel. Because if we just take our normal rinseless towel, okay, we just go across, and what's really nice about this is that when you hit it with the towel, the suds actually break down. They don't sit on top of the towel. So just like if you watch my Loki video review, this is similar. It actually does a really good job at the suds break down real easily into the towel. In fact, I've tested this no matter what, the 1 to 256, 384 to 1, or even 512 to 1, you know, the 2 gallons, 3 gallons, or 4 gallons an ounce. It seems to do the same thing. But anyway, you could see just how that is. And in fact, I almost forgot. Let's do this again. Get a little bit more on here. In fact, let's show you really good here. If I get a lot of suds, okay? What I really wanted to show you was the detail spray. But if we go across with the towel, all right, just like that, you could see there's no like foam, there's no suds left in the towel. It just breaks them down. And you know, so even though you do get a lot of foam with the sponge, it's actually not too bad because they instantly disappear with the towel. Now, the suds will be in the crack, okay? So you either have to get in there really good, or you take your blower, you blow them out, whatever it is, or you just let them dry in there and then, I don't know, do whatever you need to do. Everything got broken down. It's a nice clean surface now. And, well, that looks 1,000 times better than it did. So let me show you the microfiber, the best way that I found to use the Bioworx stuff. All right, so while I was doing that back door, everything on the front had actually dried. And as you could see, now we just have the film of dirt on here. And but I do want to pre-spray. I want to do that rinse, all right, from the top down. So let's hit that. And you can see just how, I mean, even like at that 1 to 256, just out of a normal sprayer, I am getting a lot of foam or a lot of suds coming out of it. So you could see just how, like, if you were dipping a sponge in the bucket, constantly wringing it out, I think you could tell just how much, you know, that we'd be looking at how much of that's foam, the suds. And so the sponge with this product is not my go-to, but the double flip rinseless towel is. So let me show you that. And with the double flip at 1 to 256, this is outstanding for slickness. Super slick on the surface. Works great. In fact, we'll go through the whole door and I'm going to show you how much dirt we have on here. And again, because I did a pre-spray, you really don't feel any difference in slickness from the top to the bottom. And then let me bring you in. There we go. You could see just how very little dirt is now on that double flip. There we go in the sun. You could see just how very little dirt is on that double flip because we did the pre-treat. And then if I dunk it, all right, if I dunk it, there's almost nothing left. I see a little bit up here. This is an old double flip, so I can't really tell where the old dirt is and where the new, but there might be a little bit right here still. But I'm not too worried because, well, I did the pre-treat. And, you know, if you've seen other reviews or other testing that I've done, a lot of times, like, things look almost black, dark, all that good stuff. So in any event, in fact, when I was wiping, I missed a spot. So let's respray. Now this is also the beauty rinseless. If it dries on the car, you literally just spray it back down, wipe again, okay, and you're good to go. Take our towel. All that's foam just breaking right down on the towel. All right. Nothing left, no foam on the towel. All right, and we have that now. Again, if I was to spray a nice light mist, or let's just say I just washed it, we have a little bit of that. And I take some detail spray, a couple sprays on there. It should give me some added slickness, which it is, a little bit. But again, the owner said, in fact, the detail spray smells really good. It has like a fresh scent to it. But in the cold, you might not notice a whole lot of difference. I don't. He said it works way better in the summer. So at this point, I have to take his word for it. I just felt a little bit of a difference. It's not like these other detail sprays where I get a ton of slickness even in the cold. So like the Stay Strong detailer from Detail Company, or even the Jack's Wax, the detailer that I use, that I like using. You don't get a ton of slickness in the cold. So anyway, there you go. All right, so you can see the product is dry on here. All right, if I just take, now that I've used this towel on the top, so this is actually, it's really wet. I've dried off half the car, but you could see that it just re-emulsifies. It doesn't leave any residue behind. You know, again, this towel is wet. If I just took a dry towel, it was kind of like baked in there. In fact, let me show you this. If I take a dry towel, it's kind of stuck on the glass. But if I take my wet towel or my damp towel that I did already, it just comes right off. No problem at all with the glass. Dry it on there, no problem. So just like any other rinseless wash, as long as you respray on there, you just re-emulsify that product, you will have no issue at all drying it off. It won't leave anything behind. So just, you know, just wanted to show you that, guys. Works great on glass, not an issue at all. All right, guys, so as you saw, the rinseless wash from Bioworx, okay, it does a really good job. It's completely bio, like literally 92% USDA bio-based certified, okay? Independent lab tested, bio-certified. It's the best, it's the best or closest thing, I should say, that you're going to get to completely biodegradable or bio-based. You know, it's been tested, and honestly, you know, I don't use it with a sponge. I found that with the sponge, I don't like it. With a microfiber towel, though, the double flips absolutely does a fantastic job. But even if you do use it with the sponge, I did find that with the towel, the foam, the suds just break down instantly. And it's just super slick on the surface. Even, well, on the dry off, it's not super slick. There is a coating on this, so it does add some slickness. But, you know, it is what it is there. But, you know, honestly, they got the detail spray. It does add a little slickness. But the actual product itself, absolutely super slick on the surface, especially at 256:1. Now, the one thing, okay, this concentrate is $22 for a 16 ounce. That is on the extreme high end of a 16 ounce bottle of rinseless. So I would say, you know, give it a try. Okay, if you're looking at getting some, give it a try. If you live in one of those sensitive water areas, give it a try, okay? But they do sell a gallon for $60. So, and if you're using microfiber towels, what that means is that you mix up 2 gallons, okay? So you use 1 ounce, so that's 50 cents. You mix up 1 ounce into a bucket. You put, you set aside a gallon for your sprayer to do your pre-spray. And then you dip like 5 or 6 of your microfiber towels, your double flips, you just put them in the bucket. You take one out as needed, you get a door panel done, you flip it, you do the next panel, and so on. And then when you're done with all the sides on your towel or double flip, you throw it in your dirty bucket. Okay, you don't introduce it back into the water, and there's never any contamination there. So you can easily get it done with just 2 gallons, even on a dirty car like this that you saw. So in any event, guys, thanks for watching, and please, you know, check out the Bioworx website, see what it's about. Check out the USDA Bioworx, or check out the USDA bio-based website, because honestly, if you are a detailer, a business, for-profit business, okay, and you are trying to get contracts with local city, state governments, or even the federal government, this is, and in fact, I mentioned this in the original Bioworx, you know, video that I did, okay? This will give you a leg up. This is a selling point, okay? Bio-based certified. Every federal government contract, if there's an option to use or go with somebody that has a bio-based product or that's using bio-based products, you have a leg up. And I guarantee if you try and sell that to your city, you know, your local city, county, state, whatever it is, government, and you explain to them what the bio-based product program is and how it works, you will have a leg up on your competition to get those contracts. All right, guys? So in any event, thank you for watching. And if there's a code for a little discount or maybe for some free shipping or something, it's right below here. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you for watching, and you have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.